because people are questioning our motives for asking for a boycott. Why would we support Carmelo Anthony, his family, during the trying times of Carmelo Anthony? Why did we send him so much money? And nobody asked these same questions with these Neanderthal murderers of black people, such as this man right here, Daniel Penny. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? Daniel Penny, who choked a black man to death, who never touched him, who never touched him, okay? Who never touched him, you know? Is choke, and so it just spewing words. If people say that Carmelo Anthony, his response to a push was disproportionate. Well, how disproportionate is choking a man to death who never touched you? How disproportionate is that? Do you know how many people have had verbal altercation where a motherfucker said, I'ma kill you or do this, that, and the third? Do you know how many verbal altercations people have had where a threat like that has, been spewed? You know, if that's the case, it'd be hundreds of thousands of people probably dead, millions of people probably be dead. Because I know a whole lot of people didn't been in altercations where something like that could come out. I'll fuck you up. I'll kill you. I'll do something else. You will make me fucking. So that has been spewed by many people. Okay, some people sell wolf tickets. You understand what I'm saying? And that's and some people maybe but this man didn't even touch the man at all. So he took it upon himself to attack a person and choke him to death, and then get paid. And here it is, a year and a half since that has happened, and still got his GoFundMe up, still getting paid off of a violent incident like that. That is crazy. And people talk about America, and throw out these terms, fraud. There's no bigger fraud than America. America, I remember Khalid Muhammad said, America awards its killers. Give them medals and all of that. You see, awards is killer. Damn it. And I'm gonna go look that up, and I'm gonna show you all the perpetrators that have committed heinous crimes, particularly, murder against, black people, and the GoFundMe's that was put up where you are actually rewarded for taking black life. Matter of fact, it was white people, particularly polices and whatnot, was the first ones was getting them GoFundMe's. They were the first ones getting them GoFundMe's for killing black people. So, the thing is, y'all not really, you just can't stand that black people are not striking back with many tactics that you have already been using against black people. But see, you want to think you can dictate right and wrong. You are an oppressive creature. You see, where you believe you could dictate what is right, what is wrong, for everybody. And we can no longer allow white people to dictate how we believe. You see, them days is over with, and so, the racism, and again, we explaining what racism is. Racism is prejudice plus power. You see, it's a it- it's a team sport. You see, it's a team sport. And white people truly being the minority, they're not the majority, they're the minority in the world. and they're losing the majority in the United States. This is really the last stronghold. This is really the last stronghold. Russia is going down. Russia probably got 100,000, 100 million white people. That ain't enough. Africa is populating so damn fast, it's ridiculous. So this is the last stronghold of white people. You see? And they're responding like an animal in his last days. You see, very violent, and an animal in his last, a wounded animal in his last days. And so we are asking, why is it? Yeah, but the Netherlands don't have a large population. Why did I say America? Because America got a nice size white population, even though it's shrinking. It's shrinking fast. It's shrinking fast. It won't be long before Russia got a larger number. Russia got about a hundred million, over 100 million people. United States, probably got a little bit over 100, and, 130, 40 million, something like that. You know what I'm saying? So when you looking at the majority, you got United States, but Russia ain't no, it can't project no power, culturally or nothing. So it's really a wrap. America is the last, stronghold of the white population. And once it's over for America, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. You feel what I'm saying? But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my time, and I'm gonna bring up all these Caucasians that have murdered black people and have gotten paid by the white community for doing that. They reward they killers. They have always give them medals, give them $1 million, give them hundreds and thousands of dollars. This Neanderthal got a GoFundMe still up, to my understanding, a year and a half after the trial. So he turned this into a lucrative business. You can kill a nigga and become rich. You can kill a nigga and become a millionaire, and literally, whatever you put in there as the description. And so, he's put in there, I don't know what his description. I seen another brother who had did a video on it and showed where his GoFundMe is still up to this day, a year and a half after the trial. But everybody is on Carmelo Anthony family, and what they did with the funds. What the fuck is he doing with the funds? You mean to tell me he can kill a man and literally live a life of luxury after taking a man's life? And y'all don't see nothing wrong with that? Y'all don't see nothing wrong with that. This is a problem. This is a problem, man. And I understand, you got a lot of crazy people. I understand that. That ain't got nothing to do with this. I know how to deal with motherfuckers. I done been around crazy motherfuckers, man. It's almost like, I don't even pay no attention. The motherfucker be tripping long as they on, and most of the time a verbal command will make a motherfucker go somewhere and sit down. I had crazy uncles. They be tripping and shit, and they don't do shit. They just be talking crazy, you know, and they straighten up soon as you give them that tone. Go sit your ass down, nigga. You don't got no time to be playing with you. Okay, Sadie. Okay. Motherfucker be tripping and shit, and all I had to say is, man, but you let them trip, cause they tripping. They don't be threatening. They just be saying all kind of crazy shit. Man, I know Jesus. Man, I met Jesus on a UFO and all that shit. And then, you be laughing and shit. Then sometimes they'll go overboard. Then you just be like, nigga, go on, take your ass to bed. Get the fuck on. Okay, Seti, okay, okay. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to be choking nobody out and ain't never had and never would lay one hand on him. You know what I'm saying? So all that, he didn't have to kill that man. He didn't have to kill that man. That man hadn't touched nobody on that train. The black guy on the bus, who was that? What guy was that? What was his name? It be so many I be lose. What was the guy on the bus? Who was his name? Put it in there. If you know that guy's name, put it in the chat. Yeah, well, when y'all come up with that name, try one sentence without bringing up color. No, I'm not gonna do. I'm not. I wouldn't do that. Why would I do that? Why would I let you get four? Why would I let you get 400 fucking years of using color on me? Then when it's my motherfucking time, we all get a turn. The fuck is you talking about? Use one fucking sentence without color. See, that's the bitch shit about you racists, oppressive motherfuckers. Y'all run that shit for 400 years, but then when somebody else get a turn, you want to say too late. We trying to bitch, but when it was your turn to be humane, bitch, you couldn't be humane. You had 400 fucking years of being inhumane, and then I'm not even. I'm just speaking out. I ain't got no motherfucking power to that extent, but we gonna get some power. Bitch, y'all been locking motherfuckers up on the basis of color. You've been, discriminating for fucking 300 years on the basis of color. And then I can just speak out. I don't have no power to enforce the loss of jobs and shit on white people. Me just speaking out. You would say, you don't use one sentence. Bitch, get out of here. You a fucking oppressive piece of shit. Get out of here. Could you not please use color? What you want me to do, motherfucker? Become invisible to make you feel good about being a coon? Get your ass off of here, you coon. You dumbass Neanderthal. Get your ass up out of here. Go on over there with Daniel Penny. Goddamn boot licking ass nigga. You know what? Man, I'll put it out there. It's a lot of committees I personally don't know how that go. It's a lot of activists that do know how to do that. I'll put it out there. How do we get it done? You know what I'm saying? And then there will be some activists that will respond to the video. We want that shit done. That's a good one. You brought up a good question. That's what I'm talking about. Shut them down. Shut them goddamn down. Yeah, we'll most definitely put it out there to the brothers and sisters that's organizing them boycotts and say we want that shit done. Matter of fact, thank you, for bringing that up. That's a beautiful, but and I most definitely put a video up there, get that down. And I'm gonna go do some research on some more of these motherfuckers. Cause they wanna worry about Carmelo Anthony and his family, but they ain't saying shit about these damn Neanderthals capitalizing on murdering black people. Yeah, I most definitely put that in there. Keep reminding me. I'm gonna do it later on today. It's already tomorrow. It's already tomorrow. So I later on today, I'm gonna bring that up. How do we get that done? I'm gonna write that down. That got to come down. You can't capitalize off our blood. No, sir. Yeah. Capitalizing off of murder. Kind of shit is that? Anyway, family, I ain't gone nowhere yet. I'm just here. Every time I come up with some shit that we need to talk, I'm flooding this fucking internet with movement. Thank you, family, for helping me, and bringing up good ideas. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? And most definitely, your energy is needed. Your energy is needed. Your thoughts is needed. This is a community, a family, a nation, and each one teach one. You feel what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all click that link down there. Become a patron on my Patreon. I got some classic exclusive material for you. You're gonna love it. See you black here in a minute. Black Pop.